Fresh Eye Sports TV back again with another video. Before I begin, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. YouTube is on there. Rudimentary beat my ass in the algorithm this year. So make sure you like, subscribe to the channel if you like what I'm saying. If you are already subscribed and don't get any videos, make sure you hit that notification button as well. So I know a lot of you have reported that to me. I'd also like to let you guys know, today I did post a link to the Rumble channel. I used the Rumble channel for more, I wouldn't say necessarily explicit. I ain't show nothing like that, but more topics that you can't really talk about on YouTube, you know, that sort of thing. And also, I do have another channel on the way called Arena History. Be on the lookout for that. All right. Now that we got that out of the picture, so I think it was reported 2 hours ago. Ticket TV reported about this, but I guess this happened this morning in a response to the game that happened last night between Sacramento Kings and Orlando Magic. It is reported that Nina Westbrook, the wife of Sacramento Kings point guard and NBA legend, yes he is, Russell Westbrook, publicly shared an email she said she received, which wished for her and her husband to be eliminated in a car crash after he just scored 5 points in the Kings' Thursday night loss to the Orlando Magic. In the Instagram story on Friday, which included a screenshot of the email, Nina Westbrook tied the hostility to the growth of the gambling culture, which is conceded with the increase of vitriol towards players and their families across the sports. The Athletic could not independently verify the authenticity. I can't pronounce that. Damn! They cannot verify the realness of the email, of this authentic. An email message sent to the sender address in the screenshot went unanswered. In the very volatile latent message, the writer said Russell Westbrook sucks too. They even use the right way to use two. Instead of T-O, it should be T-O-O. Too effing bad, can't get 10 points. It is pathetic. Man, this guy can't write. I hope you both die in a car crash, dumb you know what. The email did not specify whether the writer lost money. Apparently, the guy lost money if he's doing that on Thursday's game, but Westbrook called out the death wish as likely being betting related. The negative effects of sports betting brings out the worst in people, shaking my head, she wrote in her post caption. After Westbrook's post went viral Friday morning, she shared a longer note thanking fans for their support and explaining her experiences with hateful messages in the wake of the increased expansion of sports betting in recent years. Unfortunately, this is not an isolated incident. It's something my husband and I consider routine. With that said, I'm sharing this now because I'm growing increasingly concerned for athletes, she wrote, citing her experience as a licensed marriage and family therapist. I felt it important to highlight the effects that sports betting has on individuals and how it puts athletes and their families in potentially dangerous positions. And this keeps going on and on, and I'm not going to get into that. But it does say other players have experienced. Players such as New York Knicks star Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart told The Athletic last year that they regularly receive threats and comments wishing injuries upon them, along with racial attacks. Some said they don't usually report such messages to the NBA because they receive so many or are not trying to take them seriously. Well, you know what? Some of these dudes better be careful the way they talk to some of these NBA players. I think some of these fans think NBA players are soft because of what they do some of these guys do on the court. Playing basketball and protecting what is yours, meaning your family and yourself, is a different story. And not everybody lives in California and New York. You pull something like that out there trying to threaten somebody out here, you better hope they don't got lead on them. The majority of people out here carry lead, multiple. I'm one of them. But so I don't play with people. But this whole sports betting thing, in my opinion, has become very toxic. And I honestly, I used to sports bet myself, and then I realized how bad it was. The way I didn't even lose any like paychecks or anything like that, but throughout the course of my brief time betting, because I think it was probably around when sports betting get really popular, around like late 2021, 2020, and probably going to 2021, probably from 2021 to 2022 on sports betting, right? And I didn't put too much of my money on these teams or on parlays, but I did it enough where I could win a lot of money. And my dumbass decided, let me put all my money on the, not all my money, but let me put some money on the Celtics. This is when the Celtics was playing the Golden State Warriors in the finals. Just because the Boston Celtics probably had the best defense that year, don't mean they was gonna win it all. My goofy ass decided to put money on them and they didn't win. But that's when I realized, I'm like, you know what? This sports betting thing, I don't like betting no more. So I stopped that, cashed out, and went about my day, closed all the apps. I think it was, I forgot who it was. I was MGM or DraftKings, I don't remember. But yeah, I stopped sports betting after that. It just was not great. And ever since then, it's been 4 years later, and it's gotten to the point where you got these guys going out here threatening NBA players because they don't fully get their bet fulfilled and they lose money. Which I understand, which is another reason why I stopped sports betting, because, for example, there's 2 times this has happened. I wanted Chris Paul he had to get like 10 assists or something like that to fulfill my 6-leg parlay. He didn't get it. And then the last straw, this was really the last straw, wasn't the Celtics losing. The last straw could have came in like late 2022. I had an 8-game parlay or something like that, 8-leg parlay. And I needed one more person to accomplish, get me 7,000. Yeah, it was that much money. It was around 7,000. It could have been anywhere from 3,000 to 7,000. I don't know the exact number. It was a lot of money. And DeMar DeRozan only needed 25 points. He ends the game with 23. And that's where I realized I'm done with this. That's it. So I can imagine people putting up paychecks and all kinds of money on these players, and they come up short in the bets and they lose their minds, which is probably the most stupidest thing you can do, is put up your whole paycheck for sports betting. But that's a sign of somebody need help for their addiction to betting. I have a friend, I hate to put him on blast, but I have a friend, he's not terrible at sports betting, but he's bad at it. But he ain't putting up a whole bunch of money. He ain't putting up stupid money, but he bets a lot on everything. Football, you name it. Shoot. He'll bet if somebody tied his shoes correctly. But it hasn't gotten to a point where he's losing huge amounts of money. It hasn't gotten to that point yet for him. But I look at it, I'm just like, nah. And just saying, it's not a good look for me. It's not a good look for a lot of people. So, this wishing death upon players because you lost your bet, this is more of an issue on the NBA and other sports leagues for allowing the sports betting. And also, the bigger issue is on people not getting help for their betting addictions, which is just as bad as any drug or sexual addiction other people may have had, because all these addictions do destroy lives or livelihood. And placing your anger on a basketball player because you wanted a sports bet is misguided and dumb. I personally think that they should get rid of it altogether. I ain't saying they should get rid of gambling altogether, but sports betting, the way they're doing it now needs to go, because it's gonna get dangerous. And it's either one of these players gonna get hit, one of these fans are gonna get hit. So, shout out to the Westbrook family. This family has been harassed a lot by the sports media, and now you got these bettors out here losing money because of Westbrook not fulfilling whatever. It's not that serious, guys. It's not that serious to the point where you got to threaten someone, an NBA player, not just the NBA player, but his wife or even his kids or even anybody else in their family. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Westbrook really hasn't done anything to anybody, but he receives so much hate. And this is like gone completely out of control at this point. But tell me what you guys think.